collapse. Fashion photography.
Welcome to my YouTube channels, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about the Mac Mini, the M1 model, and the reasons why I bought the base model. Everyone is talking or saying that you should buy the 16 gigabytes RAM, but I bought the 8. And I'm also going to tell you 5 reasons why the Mac Mini base model could be interesting for you.
Reason number 1.
So my first reason, 699 euros. It's cheap. It's very cheap. And if you do as me, I'm planning to replace every 5 years my Mac Mini into a newer model, then I think I'm going to be more than fine with the base model.
Reason number 2.
The second reason is thinking, what are you going to use it for? For myself, a personal reason, I'm going to use it more for Photoshop, Lightroom, so that's a bit lighter things. It's not going to be a 4K, 10 bits, high-res video. No, that's not going to be it. It's going to be mainly photography, Lightroom, Photoshop. It's more than sufficient. I didn't think that it was needed to upgrade it to the 16 gigabyte. For my usage, more than sufficient, the 8 gigabyte.
Reason number 3.
Reason number 3, the memory. The memory is as fast as I could never remember using a computer with that kind of speed. I was using SSD. I was proud to upgrade my older computers, put in an SSD, see my computer being reactive again, because most of these computers are really crushing from an older mechanical drive. But with this kind of computer, it's even one step further. It's like straight on your logic board. It means instead of having 300 megabytes a second speeds, write speed and reading speeds and write speeds, I'm getting 3000, something I've never experienced before. And I was really amazed when seeing these speeds, these reading speeds on my computer. I was like, what is happening here? But it really happened. So I'm truly amazed by this computer.
Reason number 4.
I truly believe in the M1 power. Now, of course, Intel is coming with the message that the Intel i9 is getting faster than the M1, etc., etc. But I think they're really missing the point here. The point is the consumption. We're talking about a little CPU of 30 volt at its peak. We're not talking about a gaming rig where you need like 1000 watts to feed your computer. This is just a very low consumption if you compare it with these big rigs. Beating the M1, yeah, of course, it's not like that evident, and I think it's not a fair review to compare an i9 with an M1, an outdated M1, by the way. So, no, it's not fair at all.
And reason number 5.
Of course, as a photographer, we need a lot of memory. We're pumping a lot of memory in our disks. So yeah, base model, it's only 256 gigabytes. That's indeed insufficient. But I have a very nice Iachi dock station that I see on the internet. Sorry for the pronunciation, it could be pronounced differently. And other dock stations as well. So I was just looking at having an internal dock station where you put your Mac Mini just on top of it, and by connecting it to your dock station, inside your dock station you can upgrade with new memory, with new hard disks. So I think that could be really interesting in the near future. So as a final verdict, the base model was and is the perfect computer for me. More than that, it's totally overkill. I'm not going to be using a 4K file, ProRes, 10 bits. No, I'm not going to be using it. So the 16 gigabytes is truly overkill, and I'm now ready to invest in a computer that would be too much for me. The other computer I was looking at was eventually the iMac. I was thinking a long time, comparing the iMac with the Mac Mini, thinking deeply like what would be the advantages and the disadvantages. The iMac, the one right now for sale is the 24-inch. 24-inch isn't sufficient enough for me, or it's not enough. It's not good enough. So I like to be boss over my display. And since I'm boss over my display, I can buy a much bigger screen that Apple doesn't offer today. And also I love working on an ultra wide screen. So that's also something that Apple can't offer me at this time. And also with the price difference between the iMac and a Mac Mini, the iMac would be more reasonable if I was planning to keep my computer for 10 years at least. But since I'm planning to change every 5 years of my computer, it would be too expensive, because if you think about it, even you change your iMac, your Mac Mini every 5 years, it would still be cheaper than keeping an iMac for 10 years for the price difference. So yeah, then of course it's very quickly fought, and for me it's it was a very easy decision. Of course, this final verdict is for my personal situation. Every situation is different. So if you more like into videography and you would like to make video clips in the highest resolution possible, yeah, of course, then I would definitely tell you to go buy a 16 gigabyte RAM memory Mac Mini. That would be better than anything you ever experienced, because there I have a big rig with kind of okay hardware for today's standards. It's like a Ryzen 5. It's not the best GPU, but it was great at its time. I have a GTX 1070 and I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. But this 8 little gigabyte RAM memory Mac Mini is killing it. It's truly killing it. It can't run with it. It's a total different category. Guys, I really hope you liked this video. Please press the like button, please subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you.
See you next time.